Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube channel, and today guys I'm going to be doing a top-down analysis on GBPUSD and also a forecast of what is going to happen next this week on GBPUSD. So you guys know the way I do my top-down analysis is top notch, alright? It's top notch, and we used to start from the 1 month time frame all the way to the 4 hours to the 15 minutes and so on. So on the monthly time frame, we are to identify patterns, all right? We are to identify patterns formed on the monthly time frame and know what to be expecting starting from the higher time frame, because we trade with the higher time frame in mind, because that's where the market makers tends to move the market from. All right, so looking at the GBPUSD, nothing much has happened really, and starting from 2009 or so, there was this bullish move, then a break of structure to the downside. Since then, we have been bearish on the monthly time frame, all right, and we formed something like a top, like a double top around this point. But since then, market has not really touched that area, all right. So we have a support area there too, so we have to identify our support areas, but we're not going to draw it out. We're only going to mark it out using the lines, all right. So on the weekly, we will know where to represent it with using our boxes, all right. So we have another one here. So right now we already know that we are bearish on the monthly. Let's go to the weekly and see what happens next. All right, so on the weekly we'll be looking out for where our support areas is. This is where our key levels is going to start from. All right, so on this weekly, this is where we should be looking out for our key levels. Our major support levels should be drawn on the weekly. All right, so as you can see this right now, let's grab our tool. All right, we already know that we are bearish, and on the weekly we have been making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So this is probably a lower high forming like this. All right, if we drag our Fibonacci to this level, all right, from this swing low to this swing high, all right, we see that on the weekly time frame we are on the golden zone. All right, we are on the golden zone on the Fibonacci retracement, and as you can see it now, we have tapped perfectly well on that zone, and we are rejecting all of it and going all the way down. All right, so that's for this one. Let's remove this. All right, it's not our major tool. So now we have this confirmation that we are selling all the way down. We are going down. We are bearish. All right, so let's identify our support areas using our boxes. I like making it very tiny. We have to look for where price has touched twice. All right, twice, minimum of 2 times. Where price has rejected, minimum of 2 times. All right, make your support area very tight, because if you did not, when you scale to the lower time frame, it's going to be very, very wide. All right, so this is the first support level. We have this more like a double bottom, and let's clone it. We are going to be using the same size. Don't change the size of this thing. Let it be the same size throughout. And that's another one, another zone plotted. So let's delete this line that we use on the monthly. We are trying to know where the price has perfectly obeyed or like rejected off using that line on the monthly, because the monthly is going to be more effective than the weekly, so that's why we needed that. All right, and there's another key level at this point. All right, there's another key level at this point, and there is another one here just around this area. There is touch around this point. There is a key level here. that GBPUSD is currently trading on. Alright, so all these things are like the things you need to train your eyes for. Alright, you need to train your eyes to really, so that you can be able to spot them. Alright, the way I'm plotting it now, you might be thinking, how did I do it? How did I get to start plotting all these levels? Just as easy as this. You need to train your eyes. Alright, because in this industry we are here to make money, so whatever you can do to learn this, do it. It will really help. So let's change it to the candlesticks. Alright, you can see our key levels, they are all plotted very well, and you can see that it's very effective and the market is respecting it. You can see touch. If you go back to the previous time, you can see that the market rejected off that the same area, and you can see that it's perfectly plotted well. Alright, look at this one, look at this one, look at this one, look at this one. Everything is nicely plotted. Alright, so where are we going to next? Alright, we can see that this market is rejecting off this area. Last week we had this this bearish move. We're all selling throughout that last week because we have this retracement. If you pull out your fib at the same time, don't forget that on the monthly we are bearish, but we are scalpers. Alright, we are to start from. Alright, let's draw our fib level. You see that this market is currently on the golden zone. Look at, guys, look at this. Can you see? It's rejecting off this area. Alright, so we know that yes, there is a possible there's going to be a possible rally to the upside. Yes, it's possible because we've already started bullish. Last week rejected off that area. Sorry, that last 2 weeks rejected off that area. The second one rejected off it. So we did not reject, we did not trade to that zone. Then the upper one, sorry, this current week that just passed now, we rejected again off that area. So we're likely to see a bullish move starting from now on GBPUSD to the upside, and that's what we're looking at now on the weekly. Now let's go to the daily. On the daily, we are going to be plotting our minor support levels on the daily. All right, so on the daily we are going to be using a different color for our support levels. All right, so what do we have on the daily? Trying to change this to a line chart. All right, then move to the daily. All right, so on the daily, it's really crazy over here. So on the daily, I'm still trying to look back and see whether if I can dig up something from here. Let's use a line. All right, we have a resistance area at this point. We don't have clear support areas, so we might have to use this line. All right, well, let's tighten it. All right, this is a very nice support area on the daily, and okay, we are done on the daily. All right, because market is currently trading on this level. All right, on inside in between these two support levels, market is currently trading on it, so we shouldn't do too much outside that area. So right now we have a trend line. Yes, we have, of course, we have around this point on the daily time frame. All right, starting from here is our trend line. So if you draw your trend line, we are still trying to know whether if we can get this nice trend line, but we see that there is a breakout. All right, we see that there is a breakout on the daily. On the GBPUSD, there is a breakout on the daily actually. So we have another trend line running here. All right, this is not going to be nice, so we should neglect this. We should neglect this. All right, let's go to the 4 hours now. So on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? All right, we see that this market, we have this major support level, and that is where the market is currently trading on, guys. and we are to be very, 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 very careful at this moment. So on the 4 hours, we are also going to draw counter trend line from there. So on the 4 hours, we are going to draw our counter trend line from there. So let's try to look for our trend line on the 4 hour. All right, we have a trend line running all the way from this high to the downside. That's what you should be looking at. So that is number one. All right, we have this trend line, this downtrend line here. Do we have any other one? All right, I think no, there's no other one actually. So do we have a support areas on the 4 hours? Yes, we do. Yes, that's what we are going to be looking out for to know when we'll be buying, because overall from the weekly we are bearish based on the monthly time frame, and as well we are bullish. All right, but majorly for now, for scalpers, we are bullish. You should be only looking for buy positions from these points in time on GBPUSD. And let's check the charts. All right, let's check the charts here. Let's see whether if we can. Okay, let's spot our support areas. All right. So on GBPUSD, it's actually ranging at this point. All right, that's what you have to know. That is the first thing. It's ranging at this point. So let's go to the 1 hour and see. For me to start buying at this point, it's already on a good buy trend. All right, so we have a trend line running from this low. I don't know whether if you guys can see it, but from this low to this low, all right, we have a trend line running this way. So for us to start selling GBPUSD, wait for this to happen. Either it breaks this area, all right, for us to continue, because as of this point, it's going to take out this high, which is going to form what we call change of structure to the upside. All right, if it can take this high like this, reject off this area, GBPUSD will take off like a flight from this point. All right, it's going to really push to the upside. Trust me, because from the higher time frame, it must obey the higher time frame. All right, it must. All right, so or for us to start buying, we should look for this. All right, a break below this point, a nice break below, then a rejection on this trend line running here, then a sell to the downside. All right, so that's what we should be looking out on GBPUSD. So for scalpers, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. All right, this is where we are going to be buying from. Now that we are aware of the higher time frame, what are we going to have next? Let's delete this. All right. All right, so we have this trend line touch. You can see the way it tapped perfectly well on this trend line, and there was a support area resting below on this 1 hour. So that is why you need to always start your analysis from the higher time frame, because it is going to give you a broad view of your analysis. All right, of the whole chart. All right, it's going to give you a broad view, like a complete view on what to be expecting. But looking at the 1 hour, you can see that you can see that GBPUSD is ranging. Look at, you see the way it's respecting our support areas, tap into it, reject off it, tap into it, reject off it. So for us to be looking for buy, guys, we should be waiting for this possible move. All right, we should be waiting for it to break above this support area, then we buy from that side. But if it end up breaking this trend line to the downside, that's when there is going to be a change of plan, all right, to sell to the downside. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. All right, you can see the way GBPUSD, but this was a very nice buy from me because there's a support area resting here. If you have watched my support and resistance video, this is a very nice support zone for GBPUSD, and look at that tap there. And if you have to check it, you notice that yes, that area is a psychological level as well, 1.26700. That's the psychological level around this point. So this is like three confluences. All right, this is what you need to be trading with, so that when you enter any trading, any market, you know that yes, I can willingly risk 1%, 2% of my trade without fear, because you trust your analysis. So guys, this is where we have it on GBPUSD. So this is what I'm currently looking at on GBPUSD. All right, go to the 30 minutes time frame. Let me refine these areas, all right, and make it simple for scalpers to see. All right, you see that nice tap on that area, and if you have to take it backwards, you will see that this is a very nice support area, that it's just spot off from that area to the upside. All right, so for us to buy now, this is the levels now. All right, wait for GBPUSD to break above 1.27901, 1.2790. All right, wait for it to break it then and retest on it. Once it breaks above with a very nice candle on the 4 hours, the whole trend has changed. The whole trend has changed from that point. And for us to sell, the same thing applies here. All right, for us to sell at this point, we should wait for a break. All right, we should wait for a break below here. All right, we should wait for this break to the downside like this, a very massive one to the downside on the 4 hour. Then we should wait for a retest both on our trend line, then we sell to the downside. All right, targeting these lows, resting below this area. That's what we're going to be looking out for on GBPUSD. And guys, watch out for these two levels. Let me mark these lines out so that you can be able to understand all of them. So the second line is 1.26233. If it can break below it, then retest on it, then we will sell from that point. All right, but if it can break above 1.27901 and reject on it, then we buy to the upside. That's the plan for next week. All right, that's the plan for next week on GBPUSD. You buy targets this high first, then the third one. That's what we're looking out for on GBPUSD. And on 4 hour, let me make this clear. Right, so we will have something like this. If it breaks below that area, give a very nice rejection, you buy, you sell. So that's it guys, 1.26223 for sales, then 1.27901 for buys. As simple as that. Everything is top notch. So guys, see you in my next video. Subscribe and also share this video. Please, I don't get likes. Why? My videos are top notch. Please kindly subscribe and also like this video. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.